Hey there, fellow bookworms. Welcome back to From the Book Nook, the podcast where we dive into the books that keep you turning pages, or laughing, or gasping, depending on what you're reading. I'm Mark.
And I'm Crystal. Today's episode is all about a book that's part action, part comedy, and 100% chaos in the best possible way.
We're talking about Now or Never by Janet Evanovich, the 31st installment in the iconic Stephanie Plum series.
That's right. Stephanie Plum, everyone's favourite Jersey girl bounty hunter, is back, and she's once again juggling bombs, bad guys, and boy drama.
I mean, what's a day in the life of Stephanie without an explosion or two, right?
All three, but don't worry, no spoilers here, just enough to make you want to grab this book and dive in. Okay, Mark, let's start with a quick rundown for anyone who's somehow never picked up a Stephanie Plum book.
Great idea. So, Stephanie is a bounty hunter in Trenton, New Jersey, though let's be honest, she's not exactly the most professional bounty hunter.
Understatement of the year. She's more like bounty hunter on accident, but she always pulls through somehow.
Right. Stephanie works for her cousin Vinny's bail bonds business, chasing down fugitives who've skipped court. Along for the ride are her hilarious sidekicks, Lula, the ex-hooker turned fashionista, and Grandma Mazur, her funeral-crashing, pistol-packing grandmother.
And don't forget the two swoon-worthy men constantly in her orbit. You've got Joe Morelli, the hunky cop and her on-again, off-again boyfriend, and Ranger, the mysterious Batman-esque security expert who can do no wrong.
Basically, it's love triangle perfection. Team Morelli, Team Ranger, it's like Twilight for adults, minus the vampires.
Exactly. And Janet Evanovich somehow manages to keep all these elements, romance, comedy, suspense, working like clockwork, even 31 books in.
All right, let's talk about what makes Now or Never stand out. So this time around, Stephanie gets caught up in something way bigger than a missing fugitive.
Right. The main case revolves around a fugitive who's not just missing, he's tied to a shady tech company, stolen money, and, plot twist, an actual ticking time bomb.
And when Stephanie's around, you just know that bomb isn't going to sit quietly in the corner. Cars blow up, there are chase scenes, and Stephanie is constantly 2 steps away from total disaster.
But what I love is how Evanovich balances the suspense with comedy. Even during the most intense scenes, you've got Lula screaming about her diet plans, or Grandma Mazur asking inappropriate questions at funerals.
Like the scene with the cake. I don't want to spoil it, but let's just say Grandma Mazur and desserts don't mix.
I know exactly what you're talking about. And Stephanie's reaction is so relatable. She's the queen of just trying to get through the day. So, Mark, let's talk characters. Who's your MVP in Now or Never?
It's got to be Ranger. I know, predictable, but come on. Ranger is cool, calm, and always in control, even when there's chaos all around him. Plus, his dynamic with Stephanie.
Oh, totally. Ranger always has that I've got this vibe, even when you're thinking no one could possibly have this.
Exactly. But I have to shout out Lula, too. Her one-liners in this book are next level. The way she rolls with the punches, literally, is so much fun.
I'm Team Grandma Mazur for this one. She's chaos in a floral dress, and every scene with her had me laughing out loud.
Can we also appreciate how Stephanie herself has grown over the series? She's still the same slightly messy bounty hunter, but there's something really resilient about her.
Yes, she never quits, even when she's completely out of her depth. And that's what makes her so lovable. She's flawed but determined. All right, let's dig into some of our favourite moments, without spoilers, of course.
One of my favorites has to be the scene with the car chase. It's action-packed. But then Lula's commentary in the background makes you forget you're on the edge of your seat.
Yes. Lula always finds a way to lighten the mood, even when everything's blowing up, literally.
And there's this moment toward the end. It involves Ranger, a clock, and some seriously high stakes. I was reading that chapter like, is this it? Is Stephanie finally out of luck?
Same. I felt like I couldn't breathe. But my favourite moment was Grandma Mazur at the funeral. Again. I won't say what happens, but let's just say she knows how to steal the show.
She's iconic.
So, Mark, if you had to sell Now or Never to someone who's never read Stephanie Plum, what would you say?
I'd say this book is pure escapism. It's a mix of action, humor, and quirky characters, but it never takes itself too seriously. You'll laugh, you'll gasp, and you'll finish it feeling like you just hung out with old friends.
I'd say the same. And for longtime fans, it's a great continuation of the series. Evanovich knows what her readers want, and she delivers.
Plus, where else can you get a funeral, a car explosion, and a love triangle, all in one book?
Exactly. If you're looking for a fun, fast-paced read, you can't go wrong with Now or Never.
All right, that's it for today's episode of From the Book Nook. We hope you had as much fun as we did breaking down Now or Never.
If you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit subscribe and leave a comment. And tell us, Team Morelli or Team Ranger?
Let's keep the conversation going.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. I'm Crystal.
And I'm Mark.
Happy reading, everyone.